In this video, we'll build an AI meeting assistant with our own hands. It can automatically detect unproductive meetings, generate professional reject reasons, and even click the reject button automatically. Through this practical case, you'll master automated workflows and how to use N8N to build a 24/7 automated process, intelligent decision-making logic, and practical AI integration skills. Today, we use this technology to filter meetings. Tomorrow, you can apply the exact same skills to analyze user feedback or manage any repetitive work you're tired of. Are you ready to build it with us? Today, I'll invite my friend, Matt, a master's student in artificial intelligence, to explain the entire process to everyone. Are you ready? Let's go.
So let's create Bobby the calendar manager. We're gonna start by adding an agent. Just like that, very simple. We're gonna start with the most important step, which is giving it a name. Bobby, why not? And then Bobby also needs some prompt message. For that, we're just going to leave everything as is for now, except we're going to also provide it with a language model. So we're gonna go to Open Router. If you haven't done this, you will have to set up an account. And then we're gonna create a new key for Bobby. And we're gonna give him a limit just in case. The API key into Bobby. We're gonna tell Bobby to use, how about the new Cloud Sonnet 4.5? So now Bobby can use LLMs. We also want Bobby to have a memory. So when we chat with Bobby, he can remember our past messages. We're just gonna use a simple memory with a context length of, let's say 10 messages back. That should be enough for Bobby. You can always use this handy tidy up and free ledge like this. Let's try. Hi. You can see everything in action, very cool. Wow, just like that, we have a chat agent. Very cool. You can see everything that's going on in Bobby's head in this handy UI. So in order for Bobby to manage our calendar, we have to provide Bobby with some tools. This is why Bobby has this tool option over here. Has built-in Google Calendar, but not only Google Calendar, but Google Calendar integration, which is very, very useful for us. So we can, for example, give it an option to get events, get many, so you can do it, get many events at one tool call. And we're going to only give Bobby access to our work calendar, because Bobby will only manage our work life. We can manage our personal life ourselves. And everything else we can let Bobby decide himself by clicking this button instead of setting it. Cool. All right, let's see if it works. Save everything. Remember to save so you don't lose your work. Let's see now if Bobby can use the new tool to find it. Check my calendar on October 25th, 2025. You can see that's using the tool, which is what we want. And he found a very important meeting. But if we want Bobby to manage our calendar, then we have to also give it the option to modify. So let's see. And it has a lot of built-in tools. But that reminds me that the built-in tool actually has some shortcomings, because we want Bobby to RSVP, which the built-in tool cannot do. But no worries, because N8N also lets us do our own HTTP requests. I prepare myself. It uses the Google Calendar API using the patch method, and then we tell Bobby to define the URL. You will just have to set up the authentication and tell it again to use any JSON that Bobby sees fit. And this way, Bobby can modify any part of the event. Very powerful. Okay, so we have a basic setup for Bobby. Bobby can connect to the Open Router to get access to some US LLMs as a simple memory, so it can remember what he just said and what we just said. It can also check our work calendar, and we also give it an option to modify the events in our work calendar with this purpose-made HTTP request tool, just so it can do a little bit more than the default Google Calendar integration in N8N. We also gave it a tool to check the current date and time. For example, if we tell it check next week, then it can check what time it is now, plus 7 days. Let's click the open chat button and then tell Bobby to review events on the 25th of October 2025. This is where our very important meeting is. You can see Bobby is thinking. Bobby got events from our calendar. Bobby is thinking again. Think hard, Bobby. Let's see what Bobby will tell us. Successfully declined. Very nice. That's so powerful. Awesome. Good job, Bobby. Let's see how it looks in the calendar. And there you go. Bobby declined the very important meeting for us and came up with an excuse. Wow, this is awesome. Good job, Bobby. Very proud of you. Okay, this is very cool and all, but we could do this ourselves much quicker, couldn't we? We want Bobby to not require us to tell him what to do. We want Bobby to figure it all out himself. No worries. N8N has this option built in already as well. So we want to add something that is called a trigger. An example of a trigger is when we send a message to Bobby. This is a chat trigger, but there are also other kinds of triggers. The one we're interested in is the calendar trigger. Let's see how that looks. And here, when you click triggers, you have different options. We can tell Bobby to check every minute from our work calendar. N8N handles the authentication to the Google Calendar if you set it up earlier. And then we have a new trigger, and we can connect it to Bobby. And we can also duplicate it because those triggers are very similar. They just differ on the trigger on property. So we can also let Bobby get updated whenever the work calendar gets updated. So whenever someone creates or updates the work calendar, Bobby will know and Bobby will check. Super cool. All right, let's save. Don't forget to save. And let's test it. So we added the trigger on update, so we can give it a try. Let's update that very important meeting. Okay, so we have updated our meeting. Hopefully Bobby notices. Checks every minute. Bobby doesn't sleep. Make sure our calendar is free from stupid meetings. Well, oh, there you go. There was an error. How come? So there's no session ID. And for the memory to work, we tell it that we need the session ID. So there's a simple way around this. We simply have to provide it. So basically, we add the session ID, and this ID can be anything. So we just use the calendar event ID, and we also add a chat input. So kind of, with the calendar trigger, we mimic sending Bobby a message with the ID and some of the details. And we also include all of the other fields. Let's see how that looks in practice. All right, so we triggered a calendar trigger. Now you can see all of the placeholders have been filled, and as a result, we got all of the details of some event, and also the very important chat input and session ID that are required. So now that we fixed this, let's check if Bobby can figure it out. I have to make a new event. We can just duplicate this one. But this time, make Bobby's heart a bit harder. Make Bobby's life a bit harder. Okay, you can see Bobby detected our new event. Let's see what he does. Succeeded, okay. It's a good sign. Let's see what happened. Alright, so Bobby declined it. Let's see how that looks in practice. Right, deep in the debugging session. Can someone share notes afterwards? Perfect. I already committed to customer deliverables. Let's do this via Slack instead. Very cool, Bobby. You just saved me a bunch of time. Okay, but what if I have actually an important meeting? Let's see what Bobby does if the meeting is important. We definitely don't want to miss that one. Hopefully Bobby doesn't make us look bad. Okay, see, got triggered twice, one by create, one by modification. It's okay. And this time Bobby accepted. Nice, Bobby. Thanks for having my back. Right, so from now on Bobby will handle our calendar. Very cool, very powerful. And if we ever want to give Bobby more abilities, it's as simple as adding a few nodes in N8N. Hope you like this. Bye.